I am happy and honored to be here with you today. I feel myself emotionally touched. And I just say I am blessed and I am lucky. My name is Elsa. I am Eritrean Ethiopian, and now I am in Egypt for almost quite a few years, more than 10. And I want to share with you, to tell you a history or a novel, just like we hear it on the tales, once upon a time. Once upon a time, there was a girl who lived and was born in Eritrea. She was the first child, and she was the only female in the house. She had beautiful life, successful in her studies, and she considered herself blessed. As she was the only girl in the family, she has the responsibility to see for the future, for her family as well. She went for jobs, and she was successful as well. She was around 30s, because in Eritrea, before 30s, you don't think to make your own family, you have to take care of your father and mother. She was around 30 when she started to dream about her own family, to get married, to have her own house. But the actual case was not like that. Just in that time, the war exploded. Her dreams were cut through. She was forced to live an experience she never dreamed of or she never thought to face. She was pushed. She was pushed far. She suffered very much. We heard about war. We saw a little bit of war, each one of us. What war brings? War is danger. War is destruction. War is killing. It's not only killing your dreams, but takes away something of your own dreams, your own wishes, something, a bit of your life. So this girl, just in the flourishing time, something fell apart from her life. She has to travel. She has to struggle. She has to run away. Not only that, she has to see many of her friends being killed under her eyes. She saw how cruel was the war. That was not enough. She has to suffer with her family. She has to go through a week with just one bottle of water. She has to hide morning and day until the flow took her to Ethiopia, the nearest country, very similar to her own native country. They speak the same language. They have the same characters. They very much look alike, but they are very much different. She found herself as if waking up from a dream in a place where they told her that was her country, but she felt expelled. She felt refugee in a country which is supposed to be hers. It was not difficult, the language. It was not difficult to understand what they want from her, but it was difficult for her to mix in that culture, to find her place in that country, which she didn't want it to be. Her dream was somewhere else. She started really to scratch and to understand, to try to fit. It was not easy. It was not easy because she was considered a refugee. She was considered in her country as if she was not the local person. She was the second person. They named her. They named her the second, the connational, not the national person. even though that was her trial, she didn't give up. She started to struggle. She started to find for places. She started to understand how to move on her life, to find accommodation, to look for a work. And at that time, she was alone because her family was left apart and left behind. She was quite talented. She had education. She was multi-language career, and she had good experience back home. But she couldn't fit in the new country. The only job she could find was to work as a volunteer with organizations like NGO to help other refugees. Even though she tried her best to give whatever she had, to give with love, to try to fit, to try to mix her life with their life, it was not easy. It was not easy at all, and she has to face again difficulties. The people that she was working with, her collaborators, they were start to hate her. They start to see her in a bad way. They start to give her hard time. She started to feel danger surrounding her. The more she was trying to be helpful, the more she was trying to give whatever she has, she was putting her life in danger. And that's why, not even very long, she was put in jail for a case that she never knew. For a source of information, she never had the chance to reply. In the country where she said this would be her starting country, she was put in jail, and she stayed there for more than 1 week with no one to ask about her. It was really difficult that time. She went in a crisis. She started to wake up and she said, who am I? Where am I living? What am I doing here? What is my fault? She couldn't answer not even one to her questions, and nobody could tell her why. She had to go on, to hope all the time. Do you know what happened? Many things in our life. My father used to say, God bless his soul, life is as if you are in a wave. There are up waves, and then you go down, and then you go up again. So that was the life of this girl. She was pushed to start a new life, and then she had to face jail in the country where she's supposed to have her new beginning. With that, she never gave up. She had hope to receive again her family, to have again another hope. But at that time, she started to wish again to run away from that country, the country where people were putting her as her own host country. She was completely a refugee in her own country. So she started to think of running away, leaving that country. She didn't know how, and she didn't know where to go. Do you know how many refugees are living around us? Do you know all this crisis? Every year we are coming in, we are facing and hearing and looking and living with them. All this are the cruelty of human being. All this is what war is bringing it to us. Do you know that among 65.3 million refugees in the world, and half of them are children? They didn't deserve that. They didn't choose to be born in that area or in this age. That's fate. And do you know that among 113 people, one of them is a refugee? He didn't choose to be one. Circumstances and our cruelty put us to face this kind of crisis around us. But life goes on. Life goes on. As we go down, we come up. The challenge is to go up with strength, to go up with new vision, not to be crushed by the cruelty or by the sadness or by the failure of our lives. Tomorrow is always a new day. Tomorrow, the sun will always be shining for every one of us, for the good and for the bad. So tomorrow is always a new light, a new day. So this girl was blessed. Fate didn't abandon her. When she went out from prison, she looked around and she has a chance, this time to work with an international organization. With her capability, with her knowledge, she had hope. She said, maybe I really can live a life. The same country where she were feeling different, she went in a different state with so many differences. In this company, all the workers, they were from many international countries. So she was one of them. She didn't feel nothing except to value her potential, to start her life from the beginning, from scratch again. But this time, nobody was looking her down. She could really show her value. She could really start to live again her dream. In a different way, but always she starts. She has the courage to start again. And nature gave her a blessing. In this work, she met her soulmate. She met someone that she could trust, someone that she could love, someone that she could really say, I am not alone again. And you know why? That someone was a very special person. He was from Egypt. She was from Eritrea. When she knew him, and she knew about the opera, the tale of Aida, she resembled herself just like Aida. She said, I am Aida, and he is the handsome guy, the warrior who rescued her. And that's how they start their life. They start a new beginning. They start a new, flourished living. And when the construction or when the company work was over, immediately they came to Egypt. For her, Egypt was a dream come true. She was born near the Red Sea on the opposite side. Egypt from Cairo, 1 hour drive, she will be in the Red Sea. She likes to swim and she likes the dolphins. She had the dolphins in the Red Sea of Cairo. So she said, finally, I find my way. Finally, I could really live my life. And she made a promise to herself. She made a promise to herself to stand on her feet, to share her life with everyone who is come across to her life, or who will she met by chance, or like today, as she came to Mansoura, I have the whole city of Mansoura in my hand. So this is my sharing. And believe me, when she came to Cairo, she had challenges also, of course. It was a new country. In Ethiopia, it was her country, but she has challenges. In Cairo, it was not her country, but she has challenges as well. First of all was the language. She didn't go to language school. She didn't learn Arabic in the school. She just put herself together and she said, I can feed myself. So she started to learn Arabic from the woman. الست بتاع الخضار تحت البيت. She was her best friend. She was her first teacher, the first Arabic word. And until now, she is her best friend. And then she started to watch movies, the old Arabic movies. Wow, I like them. I like very much, and I adore him. I like Ismail Yassin. He make me laugh. He make me cry. He make me forget my sadness. And then I like the classical of Kalsoum. I don't understand it well, but I like it. And I try to adapt more my life with the culture. You know the other challenges, which were the one very hard for me. One was the differences of culture, how to differentiate the close friends and the family. And then the second was the religion difficulty. In Ethiopia, in Eritrea, when we are happy, when we have a friend, we hug him, we say hello, we are free. Here I have to remind myself how to embrace my family and how to say hello to my best friends. Allah yarhamu, my husband always has to remind me. He said, Hayati, this is not the way. Remember, you are in Egypt. I had to retreat myself from hugging a person that for me was the best friend. But I have to stay to the culture. This was another challenge for me as well. But even though I was blessed because all this tradition enriched myself. All this tradition gave me a nation. All this different kind of human being that I came across my life, they really left something inside me. They helped me to grow up. They helped me to be a better person, and they helped me to respect myself, to give something to the person that I'm going to meet tomorrow. Do you know, since 2017, how many refugees are coming to Egypt? Every month. Every month. And that's not all. That's not all. I always keep my promise, and I want to renew it today with you. Wherever I go, that will be my country until I can be a fruitful person, until I can give something of my own, something of what I can do, and leave something on my trace. I hope to be remembered for the good things that I say, for the good experience that I share, not for the money I have, not for the title I have, just a simple person. Each one of us is rich inside. Believe me, I feel myself more than half Egyptian. I used to say to my husband, now he's gone since 1 year. I used to tell him, see Gozi, I told him, Gozi حبيبي, أنا عندي ناس أكتر منك دلوقتي. I was rich because I had a country here as well. I was not refugee anymore. And even if I have to go back to Eritrea, I will take part of life, part of culture, part of Egypt with me, and I will start again there. Believe me, wherever we go, whatever rich country could be, the richness is always inside us. And the best richness, it could be full and ta'miyya down my home, rather than the pizza in Italy in the best street. But wherever I go, I am rich because I know I deserve to be free. Thank you very much.